Hello friends, and welcome back to Enterprise Architecture. Now, last episode we built the kitchen facility you see behind us. This is our test kitchen where we can assemble all of the things that we need to be making for our new quests in this summer quest line we're in right now. But we still have a long way to go in summer. So, with no further ado, let's dive right in. So where we left off our quests last episode, we still have 6 more ingredients that we need to make. Our eggplant pasta, vegetable noodles, roasted mutton chops, fried rice, pasta with mutton chops, and barbecue on a stick. That is a lot of stuff. Now, in between episodes, I have updated this pack. A couple of you had recommended that I fix a couple of my bugs that I had outstanding, and I found at least one bug that was blocking my progress with our pasta with mutton chop recipe. So I have completed all of those fixes, and we are ready to go. I've made a couple of little tweaks to the pack as well. Notably, you no longer need both a linking tool and a configuration tool. You can swap these between the various states. You just need to buy one of them. So that's going to be hopefully a big life improvement for us. Now, I've also fixed some other recipes, the applesauce recipes. Thank you, Mawu, for pointing that one out. We don't want to be eating broken glass in with our applesauce, so that should be fixed, and a bunch of other things. Now, in between episodes, I also started making up a couple of the ingredients that we are going to need for the last couple of recipes. So I made up a whole bunch of tomato sauce, a whole bunch of soy milk, got some water over here, and I brought over some tofu from the other facility. Now, I think you've seen me make all of the various tofu recipes we've gotten to so far, with the exception of silken tofu. I went ahead and automated a bunch of that. This is just regular tofu mixed with water, and that gives you silken tofu. So really easy to make in the mixer. So that's ready for us to go as well. You can see we are still getting copious amounts of avocado toast completed, which is still giving us a lot of income. So that's working really well for us as well. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna grab up our eggplant and we are gonna get to cutting that up. So let's slice up a whole bunch of eggplant real quick here. And you can see we're also getting seeds off of this. I'm actually just going to end up throwing those seeds away in this case because we really don't need them for anything. Our eggplant seeds are pretty much not very useful at this particular point in the game, but we are going to need to take that eggplant and mix it with raw pasta and tomato sauce and a bowl. Actually, we don't need a bowl if we just use this recipe. So this is the one we're gonna use. To get the tomato sauce into our container here, we are gonna use our fluid hopper that we had last episode. So let's go ahead and dump all of our ingredients in here. First of all, our cut eggplant. Whoop, that is going in the wrong spot. Let's try it from here. Cut eggplant, raw pasta, that's 2 of the ingredients. And then we'll just grab up our fluid tank here and throw this down, or fluid storage drawer, I should say. And that's all in there. Now all we have to do is grab some coal, some charcoal. I had some here cooking away for us, so we're gonna use that in our burner. And now the mixer should just automatically start spitting out, yes it is, our wonderful eggplant pasta. And we don't need to do anything else for this one. This one's just gonna go by itself. That means while that's going, we can start looking at some of the other dishes that we can make here. So that one we're gonna knock off here. I believe the next thing that we need to do is make some vegetable noodles. Now for this one, we do need cooked pasta, not raw pasta. So we're gonna come back over to this basin here. I'm gonna actually buy myself up a second one of those wonderful fluid hoppers. There we go, just like that. And we're gonna put that on this basin. And now we should be able to throw our raw pasta in there. It looks like I need to be 1 block higher to do that. There we go. Put our raw pasta in that mixer. And now we should be able to put the other tank on top of that. Let's see here. Here's our water tank. There, that's now full of water. And this should cook into cooked pasta for us. And I believe that's just gonna go, yeah, that's just gonna go. So both of these are now auto-crafting a bunch of the things that we need. We can just check in from time to time. So that's gonna be for those next 2 quests here, those ingredients. So we could take some time here and start cutting up some other ingredients if we wanted. I already have the bowl set aside, but we may as well also just start on roasted mutton chops. This is real easy. We just need those baked potatoes here. I think we had started on those at the end of last episode. Apparently we did not, because I don't see them now. Okay, let's just go get ourselves some potatoes and we can start roasting those up real quick. All right, baked potatoes are done, and also, let's see, the last of our cooked pasta is ready, and last but not least, we have all of our fried eggplant as well. Let's go ahead and give ourselves some space here. There we go. We can knock that one off. Let's go ahead and sell this here. Where is there's our fried eggplant pasta, 16 copper coins, very, very nice. We're gonna drop off our extra potatoes that we are not using at the moment. Okay, great. So let's see here. What is next here? Vegetable noodles, easy enough. We have our cooked pasta, and we could mix all of this up in the mixer. That would probably be the easiest way to do this, and it saves us on bowls. Only this requires raw pasta, and the other recipe requires cooked pasta. That looks like, oh, it's not a mistake because this is not heated, so you need cooked ingredients for that. Okay, I gotcha. Well, I do believe that we do have some raw pasta laying around here somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe we need to make up another batch of raw pasta. That is not a problem. We'll just go ahead and drop some wheat flour in there, and we will then start automating this a little bit. We had dropped our fluid tanks again. Our fluid drawers. I'm going to keep making that mistake. Let's just fill this one up with water, and this then should go very easily for us. It helps if you put the water into the actual drawer and not next to the drawer as a general rule. All right, so with that done, let's move on to our vegetable noodles. We have here a couple of recipes for it. We are going to go with this one because we already have the cooked pasta on hand, and that just means we need a bunch of either cut carrots or beetroots or onions and a whole bunch of our mushrooms. It looks like we have plenty of mushrooms now. Somewhere in here, I believe, yeah, I have a full stack of mushrooms there. Let's grab up our beetroots, and I think between the two of these, we actually have plenty of beetroots. Yes, we do. And then the last thing we are definitely going to need here is some cut carrots. So let's go ahead and cut up the rest of our carrots real quick here, and it does look like our inventory is starting to get a little bit full, so we might need to start thinking about some backpack upgrades while we are at it. Okay, let's cut these up real quick, and then we should have all the ingredients we need to make those vegetable noodles. Always a delight. Love me some vegetable noodles. This isn't the recipe I usually use at home, but it's pretty close. It works pretty well. All right. Vegetable noodles, here we go. There's all of that. Done. Okay, another recipe toasted. Let's see here. Not actually toasted because we didn't actually cook that one, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right, 14 copper coins for that little bit of work. Wonderful. Moving right along. Now we are on to the roasted mutton chops. Now for this, we are going to need cooked tofu, which we can make in a bulk blaster, but we don't have access to lava right now. So that means smelting is going to be the way we go with that. Let's grab up a stack of tofu slices, and we're going to throw that in our furnace and let that start cooking. While that is going, we can move on to something else, like, say, fried rice. I think the fried rice recipe is pretty straightforward for us here. We just need to get our silken tofu, our cut carrots, corn kernels, bowls, and cut onion. So we do need to cut up some onion and get a little bit more carrot. So let me run over and get a little more carrot, and then we will start cutting all of these things up. All right, so I cut up a little bit more carrot. Let's go ahead and cut up our onion. That is not how you cut things up, my friends. There we go. Cutting up all of our onion for this dish. And there, now we have 64 of that. We still need our rice, and we have our silken tofu already. So let's grab up our rice. Oh, we have our rice, right? There we go. We need to grab a bunch of silken tofu, and then our bowls are over here. What are we forgetting? What are we forgetting? I don't think we're, oh, corn kernels, obviously. All right, it does mean we need to cut up some corn here. Let's do that real fast. There we go, corn kernels coming in. And it looks like the extra straw here is being dropped on the ground. That's not a big deal though. We don't need to worry too much about that. We probably can just actually throw that away. Oh, you know what? That's not enough corn. Let me go and run and get a little bit more corn from the fields that we can then use here. Let's see here, soy. No, our corn's all the way in the back. There we go. Okay, great. This should be plenty for us. Okay, wonderful. And that'll give us a full stack of corn kernels, I believe. I think it's 4-to-1. I could be wrong on that. No problem either way. We're going to cut up the whole shebang just to be safe. And just a second later, okay, great. Now we have all that done. Again, get rid of our straw. We don't really, that's the wrong container. There we go. Trash can, our straw out of the way here. And we still have our tofu going. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and get this started to be mixing. All right, so we don't actually need any more water here for now. Let's put this over here. We will grab up a bucket though, so we can siphon out the remaining water back into here real fast, just so that we don't have to deal with that. And now I think we can just start dropping in all of our ingredients here. So we'll put all of these things into the container, just like so. How are we looking? Oh, did I screw that up? Did we not get all the corn kernels we needed? Well, now we definitely have all the corn kernels we need. All right, there we go. We are missing one ingredient, and that ingredient is our rice, obviously. Okay, you can't make this without rice. So let's go ahead and get this cooked up. And that looks like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Can I put more tofu in there? It doesn't look like I can, so I just have to wait for this to cook down a little bit before I add the rest of the tofu. A way to automate that, though, of course, is you can pull off your fluid hopper and you can just put a regular wooden hopper right on here, like that. And I should just be able to throw my tofu right on top of that, and that'll automatically insert as we go, but it won't hold more than a stack's worth. You'll see the rest of that is bouncing back out. If I want to, I could put a chest on here, but we're only going to remove this in a second anyway, so it's not a big deal either way. Okay, great. So now all we have to do is just kind of wait for those things to finish cooking down. I guess that means we can start thinking about our pasta with mutton chops, but this also needs more tofu slices. So after this stack is done, I will cook another set of tofu slices. And similarly, we do need to also make some cooked tofu, and that also requires bulk blasting. So you know what this actually means? This means that we probably need to go ahead and buy ourselves another furnace or 2 or 3 so that we can start doing these in parallel. So let's first check to see if I already have some. I think when I tore down our previous setup, I kept a couple of extra furnaces. Yes, I did. Plenty of furnaces here. It's just a question of figuring out where we want to put it. And I think we'll go ahead and put our furnace right here so it doesn't block our lovely view, and we'll just make a stack, I think. We'll do that. All right, great. That's actually not too different from the way my house looks at home here, actually. There's still a bit of brick wall where the old chimneys used to be when the kitchen used to be based on having actual, like, a wood stove in your kitchen where you would cook. So it's a very old house, so it still has all of those lovely features. Do we want to call them features? Character. It has character. Let's say that. All right, great. So we're going to need 8 pieces of coal for this top one as well. Put that in there, and we'll grab a stack of blocks of tofu, and that'll get cooking there. So with any luck, this will all get taken care of very, very shortly, and we will be good to go. Alright, and there is all of our fried rice done. There is definitely a bug in this pack where when you're cooking with rice recipes, you get a bowl back all of the time, and I haven't figured out a way to fix it. So if you all have a good idea of what I'm doing wrong with my standard recipes there, I'm not sure how to reject or change whether or not you get a container back. It's just a weirdness with the way that these recipes work with some of the Farmer's Delight foods. So we're just gonna live with it. It's fine. You get extra bowls. Basically, you're getting your bowls back. So who can complain about free bowls? I guess I am complaining about free bowls. But the point being, we are done with making our fried rice, and we can then cross this off the list right here and get 18 copper coins for our trouble. That is a lot. We are raking in the dough at this point. I've been converting up, and we have 22 iron coins already. This is a lot of currency for us. I feel really good about this. Okay, so now, as I was mentioning before, next up we are going to go for the roast mutton chops. We have the baked potatoes. We need the cut carrots for that. I believe we just used up the cut carrots that we had made before. So let's go ahead and grab up a bit more carrot, put that in our offhand, and get to chopping. There is a lot of chopping to be done in this pack by hand, at least at this point. We can start automating it using the slicer from Slice and Dice we saw a couple of episodes ago, but for right now, this is going to do the trick for us. So I think we have all of the recipes we need now. I believe this is a shapeless recipe, and yes, there we go, roasted mutton chops, or at least tofu chops, tofutton chops. I'm not sure exactly what the term would be for mutton in this case, but it works great for us, and we can now sell those here in the store as well. Only 10 copper coins for that. You would think mutton would be more expensive, but it's a very simple recipe, so we're not getting as much money for it. All right. Then, let's see here. We just need to wait a little bit longer for the rest of our cooked tofu to complete, and we'll be ready to go. While we wait for that, I believe the barbecue on the stick is also going to need cut onion and cut tomato, so let's go ahead and make that up. We should be able to take 16 pieces of our onion, and then we also only need 16 tomato slices, if I remember correctly, or excuse me, 16 tomatoes to slice, if I remember correctly. And in just a second, we should have all of that done, and we will be ready to make up those ingredients as well. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get this sliced. Slicing onions, it does not make you weep in this game, which is a big improvement over real life with the weeping because of cutting up onions. Okay, those are good. And I think the only other thing we're going to need is some sticks. So let's head back to our base. Oh, hey, a wandering trader. What are you doing here? Do you have any good trades? You know, I could go ahead and trade up to get mint sprouts early and get some mint started, but I'm not really worried about it. Mint will come, I believe, sometime in early next season, and we'll deal with that then. So we're just going to ignore him for now. You do not need to follow me into my house. That's a little creepy, my dude. Stay outside with your llamas. You know, I'm not an expert at calming a llama down. Oh, they have different strength? I never noticed that they had different strength. That one has more life and that one has more strength. Huh. Okay, good to know. I didn't even know strength was a thing. All right, so I'm not sure why you would need big, strong animals, but you know, I'm sure there's a purpose to that somewhere in all of this silliness. All right, the tofu is done. I've got a little bit more pasta going here so that we will have all of the cooked pasta that we're gonna need, which we're going to need momentarily for the pasta with mutton chop. The only thing left to do here now is to assemble our barbecue on a stick. There we go, that takes care of that quest line. We can go ahead and sell these as well. There we go, 10 copper coins for our trouble, making some good progress. And now we just need to wait a second for our cooked pasta to get finished cooking. While that's going, I'm going to go ahead and check in on our factory here for our avocado toast. It's gotten awfully quiet, so I suspect that we are out of one of our 2 necessary ingredients. Let's see here, we are out of avocados. And how are we on toast? It looks like we've got plenty of toast, so the only thing we need to do is go grab a bunch more avocados. So let me add those real quick, and then we will be back in business. All right, we have all of our lovely avocado toast still coming in here, so that is now back up and online. We've got our cooked pasta. Now all we have to do is grab the few remaining ingredients that we need here for our pasta with mutton chop, and that's just some bowls and some tomato sauce. We have exactly the amount of bowls that we need, and moreover, we have exactly the amount of tomato sauce that we need. Let's go ahead and just clean up our space just a little bit here. We have so many extra buckets of water and whatnot lying around. We don't need all of that. There we go. Okay, great. Where is our tomato sauce? I know I had a fluid drawer here previously of tomato sauce. Oh, did we just use all of that up? Oh, we just used all of that up. Okay. Not a big deal. We can easily make all of our tomato sauce here very quickly. And the way that we are going to do that is, of course, grabbing a stack of tomatoes and just throwing those into our mixer here. All right, just like this. This will easily become all of the tomato sauce that we need. We just need to apply some heat. There we go. All right, that's going to become all of the tomato sauce that we need. We're going to go make a whole bunch more, though, because we need at least 2 stacks of tomatoes. It might be 4 stacks of tomatoes. I can't remember how I got this done last night, but I think it's 4 stacks of tomatoes to be able to finish this. Sir, you're really not helping. If you're gonna be helping here, I need you to grab a hoe and start actually hoeing something. This is not gonna work if you're just gonna be in my fields in the way. Okay, there we go. A little bit more there. Perfect. All right. All the tomatoes that we should need for the foreseeable future. And we're just gonna take this tomato sauce out of here and put it into our drawer over and over again. That's how we're gonna automate this. I have automate in air quotes here because of course it's not fully automated, it's only partially automated, but it's gonna be good enough for us. Obviously in the near future, we will have, where did those go? I just totally lost them. Okay. In the near future, we will have pipes and we'll be able to automate this a little bit better. But for now, this is just going to have to do us. All right, and there is the last of our tomato sauce. Wonderful. Okay, I thought I had made more than enough last time in between episodes, but it turns out I did not. I made half as much as I need, but that's not a big deal. We're going to use that in our fluid hopper here, and now we finally have everything that we need to assemble this. So let's go ahead and add the last of our ingredients into this container. There we go, and that will get to mixing. The fluid hopper will automatically insert our tomato sauce into there, and this will just keep cranking away until we have all of our pasta with mutton chop. So let's just hang out for a minute and then we'll have that ready to go. All right, and there is the last of our pasta with mutton chop, looking good. Let's go ahead and sell that here with our pasta recipes. Perfect. 16 copper coins are ours for the taking as a result. Looking good. All right, and with all of those complete, we are now almost, well, basically halfway through summer. So we get more automation. This is wonderful. If you go to the tools section now, you'll see that a bunch of new things have been unlocked for us. All of these tier 3 options here, which includes finally pipes. So pipes are going to be huge for us because now we can do a lot more automation. These are very expensive, unfortunately. The only way we can do that is with iron coins, although we have gotten a tidy amount of iron coins here. Let me just go break these down real quick. We're going to get 4 more off of that, and 30 iron coins will go pretty darn far when it comes to pipes. We can also buy our pipes upgrades, and we now have our higher tier of storage upgrades as well. The other important thing now, we can also buy a lava bucket. So let's go ahead and buy that, because now we can do bulk blasting in addition to bulk smoking. So I need to find some room to set that up in here, but this is not a fireproof building, so we're gonna have to think very carefully about how we want to set that up. Well, from here on out, things are gonna start getting even more expensive, I'm afraid. The cost of machines is only gonna continue to go up, so we need to start doing some more serious automation than what we've even done already. That means that we really need to start focusing in on what we can do to autocraft and get some automated farms set up. So I think between episodes, I'm probably going to go ahead and set up a few automated farms based on exactly the design we did. I think it was 2 episodes ago when we were making our tofu factory. Since you all have already seen me build that, I don't think we need to do all that on camera, but I'll get that all set up, and then when we actually come back next episode, we'll be able to start using that automation to start making more money more quickly for us. So join us back here next time for that. Hey, if you've made it this far, why don't you leave me a like on the video? I'd certainly appreciate that. And if you haven't already subscribed, why don't you think about doing that as well? Love to see y'all coming back for more adventures. Certainly appreciate you being here in the first place, though. Thanks again for watching Enterprise Architecture, and we'll see you back here next time. Bye, friends.